protect the black woman and child. It's King Leon X, the Human Liberator. This is episode 89. Episode 89 of Take Charge of Your Life. It's our midday self-mastery, self-motivation series where we make the choice to correct our few errors in judgment and practice a few simple disciplines. Every day, we turn it on. We have to turn it on every single day, because if we don't, the forces that were already created way longer than us being born, meant to keep you in the place that you're at, will keep you in the place that you're at, will frustrate and discourage you. This is why we make the choice to take charge of our life. Every day though, every moment, every second, we make the choice to choose to speak from a place of power, to think from a place of power. We choose optimism over pessimism. We choose righteousness over wickedness. We choose abundance over scarcity. We choose faith over fear. We choose love over fear. Okay, to make the choices coming in already. Yes, it's King Leon X. I'm in California right now on a road trip with Miss Mindfulness herself. I just showed the people you. Anyway, episode 87, we talking about episode 89, we talking about the 3 types of personal development, the 3 areas of personal development. You see, once I got introduced to the miracle of personal development and some concepts and some strategies that I could implement for dramatic life change, I sat up in my seat. Once I learned that someone's opinion of me didn't have to be my reality. Yo, what's up, Ralph? I see you. Once I learned that someone's opinion of me doesn't have to be my reality, I began to implement the strategies that was presented to me. I began to give it. I said, why not? I said, hey, might as well give it a try. This guy's a self-made millionaire. This guy talking about feelings of frustration and procrastination and fear and worry and discouragement. This guy's talking about overcoming self-limited beliefs and giving up his blameless and giving up all the excuses. He talking about all he did was practice a few simple disciplines and his life changed and became unrecognizable. I said, hey, I should give it a try. I gave it a try, and guess what? From 2017 to 2012, when I first got introduced to these concepts, my life's unrecognizable. But when I first heard about someone's opinion of me doesn't have to be my reality, that was in 2009. And I learned that it was possible that I could live out my goals and dreams. I didn't know that before. I thought my goals and dreams was limited based upon my memory or what I expected of myself in childhood or what people who knew me expected of me. But then once I realized I could close my eyes and get a clear crystal vision of myself and enlarge my territory and then open my eyes and make that manifest in the physical world, that's what I began to learn how to do. And we can't do it without personal development. Yesterday we talked about how to change. And change begins when we change our perceptions. We understand the formula. Your beliefs control your thoughts. Your thoughts are going to become your words. Your words are going to become your actions. Actions, habits, character, destiny. So if you wanted to control the destiny of the people, all you have to do is get to the root of what they believe about themselves and the world. We're creatures of habit. We're slave to habit. You can't, any adult, all adults are slave to habit. The adolescent, the child, the youth, they're forming their habits, you feel me? Accumulated memories. So in order to change a habit, it must be replaced by another habit. Good habits are the key to all success. Bad habits are the unlocked door to failure. This is what I learned. So this is what we were talking about yesterday. We have to just keep nudging ourselves in the right direction, little by little, little by little. Success or failure isn't one monumental event. It isn't, boom, this one thing happens, now you're successful. Or boom, this one thing happened, now you're a failure. No. Failure is, like Jim Rohn taught us, a few errors in judgment repeated every day. If you practice a few errors in judgment every day, that's going to lead to failure. Like if you don't hang your clothes up when you take them off, then one day you're going to look at your room and all your clothes are going to be on the floor. It didn't just happen in one day. Right? You don't take the trash out, one day it's going to overflow. It's going to look nasty. You didn't just use all that trash one day. You feel me? It was an error in judgment where you could have took the trash bag out, but instead you try to stuff some more shit in there to save a few seconds. But eventually the shit piles up and you gotta take it out. If you don't take it out, I'm here to tell you it's gonna lead to rats and roaches. And that's gonna lead to a continued poor self-esteem. And I'm here to tell you that your performance level is directly related to your faith or and trust in your ability to get the job done. And so if you want to change, you can. But it's not the things on the outside that must change. You must change. You must get better in order for your life to get better. This is the commitment. This is the choice that we make every day. Make the choice. Make the choice. Choose. Choose the good life. You feel me? Or keep doing what you're doing and keep getting what you're getting. But there's no way you're going to get something different if you keep doing the same thing. That's science. And that's insanity as well, right? If you're expecting something different by doing the same results, or by doing the same, if you're expecting something, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, it's insanity. This is why black people are insane, because all we keep doing is, or the majority of black people, is looking at white people and then trying to model what they do and have and call that success and call that successful. Or if we're not trying to take charge of our own life, what we do is just ask those same people to lighten up on us, to take it easy on us. Expecting different results. Expecting that this generation of whites are the ones who are in our favor. That's so funny. How to change. This is what we're talking about. That's what we talked about yesterday. Today we're talking about the 3 areas of personal development. Leaders or Readers Challenge. Hashtag Leaders or Readers. You pick up a book, record yourself reading 1 to 3 pages. Challenge your timeline to do the same. If you're watching this, I'm challenging you. The 3 areas of personal development. In your quest for personal development, there are 3 areas for you to consider. You can look at developing yourself spiritually, physically, and mentally. Regardless of where your background is in the spiritual aspect, I read that yesterday, so I'm gonna just summarize it. Regardless of where your background is, or your belief system or faith system, your spirituality is what's going to keep you grounded. It's what's going to allow your beliefs to radiate through your words and actions. Your spiritual beliefs, or your spiritual oneness with yourself and the world around you, with your higher self, is what's going to make you an individual. You feel me? It's what's going to make you a unique. Because you're going to be more in tune with your Godhead, which is your own individual person, the personality for the flesh suit that you're in. You feel me? And the purpose for the flesh suit that you're in. The only way that you're ever gonna even really be able to find your true life's purpose that's gonna give you fulfillment is through spiritual development. But regardless of where your background, we think you should evaluate what growth and change you want to make in this vital area. Spiritual and ethical values will build a strong foundation underneath your quest for happiness. Right? Because that's what we want, right? People try and accumulate things thinking that's going to make them happy. People try and accumulate love or attention or a recognition thinking that that's going to make them happy. People try and accumulate family or friends thinking that that's going to make them happy. Happiness is, and the feeling of happiness is what we tend to seek. However, we often find ourselves unhappy in the seeking of happiness from external things. So this is one of the other choices that we make every single day, is to be in charge of our own happiness, to be in charge of our own food. Just like you're in charge of chewing your own food, you have to be in charge of practicing your own self-discipline, building your own spiritual life, your own physical body, and your future. Just like you have to be in charge of your food or chewing your own food, just like no one can chew your food for you, no one can create a fulfilling life for you. Only you could do that after clearly deciding and clarifying and specifying what a fulfilling life is to you or means to you, and what feelings are the byproducts of that. And I'm here to tell you that it's going to be hard to be fulfilled and happy and healthy without consideration in spiritual development. The second area is physical development. The Bible teaches that we should treat our bodies like temples. Indeed, there are Jewish laws for hygiene, and they are elaborate and specific. But beyond hygiene, I think we should make a point of draping our temple, dressing in a way that's appropriate to our desire to succeed. Let's face it, how we appear to others does make a difference in terms of our ability to function well in the marketplace. And functioning well in the marketplace is the only way we make money, right? People like we make money, we get paid to bring value to the marketplace. You could bring a valuable product or service, or become valuable yourself. Okay, it takes time to bring value, and it takes time to become valuable. You don't get paid for the time, you get paid for the organized value. Okay, the guy mistakenly thinks he makes $20 an hour. No, the company, if that was true, then he could stay at home and still make that $20. No. He's got it confused. The world's got it confused. You don't make $20 an hour or $50 an hour or $7.50 an hour. The company says that the value that they place on your job duty and task is $7.50 worth of work. They're willing to pay $7.50 based on the maximum value that you could put in this hour. That $20, they say the maximum value that you could put in this hour is $20. That's what we're willing to pay. This is what the company says. You don't get paid for the time, you get paid for the value. This is what I'm here to tell you. Which is why if you don't complete your tasks, you will get fired. You could be there all day. Try and go to work all day and don't do nothing. Guess what? You're going to get called to the office. But you're like, hey, I'm here. You don't get paid to show up. You get paid for the value. You get paid for results. This is what I'm here to tell you, family. You could show up to the farm with a whole bag full of seeds. But I'm here to tell you that if you don't plant those, you ain't gonna have a harvest. That's pretty simple, right? The marketplace is the people, by the way. We get paid to bring value to the people. or a valuable product or service, or become valuable ourselves. We can become valuable ourselves by increasing our skills and becoming more deliberate in our unique selling propositions. In fact, there's another biblical phrase that tells us, take care of the outside for the people and take care of the inside for God. People look on the inside, at least initially, and people look on the outside, at least initially, and God looks on the inside always. Now, maybe you think people shouldn't judge you by your personal appearance. Maybe you think that. Maybe you think it shouldn't rain where you at either. Maybe you think it shouldn't snow. Maybe you think you shouldn't have difficulties. Maybe you think you shouldn't have to overcome obstacles. Right? Maybe you think that someone should just give you $1 million and you live happily ever after. Maybe you think your car should never break down. Maybe you think you shouldn't argue and fuss and have conflict with your loved ones. Maybe you think every goal you set out to achieve, you accomplished. Maybe you think you should win every game. Maybe you think people shouldn't judge you by your personal appearance. Well, let me tell you, they do. Let me tell you, it does rain. Let me tell you, there is such thing as not winning. There is a such thing as pain. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. You don't have to suffer. If you suffer, that is your choice. You choose to suffer. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Losses are inevitable. Winning is optional. Winning is a choice. You're either going to be a winner or you're going to be a loser. You can't win once in a while, just like you don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. Winning isn't a sometime thing, it's an all the time thing. And so winners win even in the appearance of a loss, or even in the apparent loss. It's not a loss because the lesson that they learned from this apparent loss is monumental to their development. Because winners make losing painful, you see. And at the end of pain is success. Winners celebrate winning and they make losing painful, and they hold themselves accountable, and they reevaluate the strategies and decide what do they need to do in order to win again and again and again. This is why Donald Trump ran and won for president, because he's a winner. He took a $250,000 a year job, even though for the last 20 years he's been making over $250,000 a week, or over $250,000 a day. Why would a man who makes $250,000 a day take a $250,000 a year job? It's because he's addicted to winning. And because he could. You see? How can a man with no military experience or no government experience, no political experience, just run off top for president and win? Because he's a winner. And that's what winners do. They win. He's not in it for the money. He's in it for the win. He's in it for the obstacles that he has to overcome. He's in it for the type of person that he has to become in order for people to call him president. He's in it for the for the legacy. He's in it for his social contribution that he decided. Why you worried about him? JFK, the last real president, said, ask not what the country can do for you. Instead, ask what you can do for the country. I decided that for the country, I could add another positive, influential, righteous, self-loving black person, which is myself. That's what I decided I could do for the country. And then through that, maybe my actions will inspire others to learn more, dream more, do more, and become more. Ask not what you can do or what the people can do for you. Ask what you can do for the people. I decided what I could do for the people is transfer some of the information that dramatically changed my life and have me in a constant state of love and fulfillment and growth and awareness of growth. And I felt like I could share those strategies with the people who want to listen and make the choice. Ask not what the people can do for you, but what can you do for the people. What I can do for the people is share be a funnel of information and an example of the words I preach and teach. Now, maybe you think people shouldn't judge you by your personal appearance. Well, let me tell you, they do. And because they do, you should make a point of looking your best. There's lots of good books on this subject, so check with your bookstore or library. There's another aspect of physical development that has to do with staying in shape. The body and the mind work together. And for your mind to have stamina to strive, your body should be as in good shape as possible. All right? So it's like this. Don't neglect. We understand. We already covered. Failure is a few errors in judgment. You feel yourself getting overweight or over the weight that you feel like you need to be in or out of shape. I'm here to tell you that you don't just wake up obese. Okay, I live in America. I know I got international followers. I see Ebony in here. She in the UK tuning in. But in America, I don't know what obesity like in the UK or in Europe. But I know in America is the highest rate of obesity, even childhood obesity. And I'm here to tell you that you don't become obese overnight. It's not, I eat a meal and then I'm obese. Boom. No, no, no. It don't happen like that. I'm here to tell you that when you were born, your bones were the same size as everyone else's, within reason. I'm here to tell you that I never seen a fat skeleton. This is the truth. It does not happen overnight. How does someone become obese? A few errors in judgment. Not because they eat whatever they want to eat whenever they want to eat. No. Many people eat whatever they want to eat whenever they want to eat. I'm here to tell you that I do that too as well. Whenever I want to eat, I eat. Whenever Miss Mindfulness wants to eat, she eats, you see. And this isn't a body comparison video. What I'm saying is that if you're not happy with the way you look when you look in the mirror, if you call yourself fat or obese or these different types of things, overweight, there's a self-esteem issue or something within self-esteem that we have to address. It's habits. You habitually, not only did you eat what you want to eat, which is cool, but you don't have a regular exercise program. You eat what you want to eat, and that's it. And I'm here to tell you that obesity and them rolls did not come overnight, brother. Hey, bro. That beer belly did not come overnight. It was a few errors in judgment. You could walk around the block. You should walk around the block. You don't walk around the block. I'm here to tell you that's going to lead to obesity. You should eat an apple a day. You could eat an apple a day. You don't eat an apple a day. I'm here to tell you that's going to lead to obesity and maybe even cancer. I'm here to tell you that if you change the apple a day to a Hershey bar a day, or an ice cream a day, or a cheeseburger a day, that's going to lead to disaster. And I'm here to tell you that your weight loss, and we're just using that as an example, because it's measurable, just like money. Your weight loss will be a product of you correcting those errors, changing that cheeseburger a day to an apple a day. Changing that hour, goddamn, sitting on the couch not doing nothing, watching TV or social media, that hour at Netflix, change that to an hour of walking. Or maybe even start with 10 minutes of walking. That's why I say, start with a walk around the block. You don't gotta walk to New Mexico your first day. I'm here to tell you, if you're obese, no matter how long you walk or how hard you work out on that first day, you are not going to lose. You're not going to be at your optimal weight when you wake up in the morning. It's going to have to be through consistent, deliberate effort. Same thing with your personality. Same thing with here, can you do AC right now? Because the wind's picking up. I'm about to finish it. I'm just trying to finish this last point. Got a couple more minutes. Now, do you have a regular exercise program? If not, find one that you can follow and get started. In addition, make sure you pay attention to the food you eat and the supplemental nutrition that you take. Same thing on losing weight. For me, if I wanted to gain weight, put on mad muscles and all that type of stuff, I could do 5,000 push-ups right now, and I promise I'm not going to be swole. But if I do 100 push-ups 5,000 days in a row, or 500 days in a row, I might be one of the swollest men on earth. You see? That's how it works. And this last section, which I'm going to finish up fast, is in our mental self-development. And this is where I'm going to pick up tomorrow. For most people, mental self-development stops at an early age. Once they have a good job, it's easy for them to stop pursuing mental development. Have you heard about the accelerated learning curve? From birth to 18, our learning curve is dramatic. We learn in a staggering amount quickly. But as we grow older and find our niche in the marketplace, our learning curve reaches a plateau. You see this all the time, right? People work hard all the time until they get a good job. Once they get that so-called good job, they're just completely satisfied with working for someone else for the rest of their life. And guess what? Once they're trained, most people don't really, especially if they're at a job where it's not measurable upward mobility in your face. Most people just get comfortable with their job title and their position, and they're just happy to do that, period. Check this out. This is why, and even though that their job is becoming obsolete, like check this out, it's cashiers, right? Cashiers at Walmart, right? And there's self-checkout lines. There's people who've been working there before checkouts were even invented. Now self-checkouts are created, and they're taking their jobs. But guess what? This person's gonna wait until Walmart fires them and tells them that they no longer need their skill of being a cashier. They're gonna wait for it to be 100% self-checkout lines before they be like, oh shit, I think I need to look into another work. I think I need to get a new job. People's jobs are being replaced right in front of them, and their skills are becoming obsolete, and they're not even looking for where the world is going to get there first. They're not even considering it. In the past, if all you wanted was an average life, this non-growth mentality was acceptable. I say was because it's no longer true. The last few decades of the 21st century are demanding constant growth and learning. As technology keeps accelerating the pace of change, no one can simply hold on to a job or expect that job to remain the same for 40 years. That my grandfather used to work here, my father works here, and now I work here mentality is dying, or has actually died. This book was wrote in 1985. That mentality has died and is being killed. And that mentality is killing those who are not willing to accept the need to grow and adapt. Check this out. My granddad was a farmer. My pops was in the military, and I'm a social and civic entrepreneur. right? But probably my granddad's dad was a sharecropper, and then his dad was probably a slave, and his dad was 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 a slave. Or prisoners of war, whichever perspective that you're gonna look from. As technology keeps accelerating, okay, I already said that. Here's the last sentence, and then we about to be out. On the positive side, you could imagine what you can become if you keep an accelerated learning curve throughout your whole life. Can you imagine what skills you'll develop and what insights you'll have? Listen, if you make the choice and be committed to 30 minutes a day of personal development, of reading, of listening to audiobooks, of self-discovery, of meditation, 10 minutes or just 10 minutes a day in the development of self-love and the restoration of confidence. I got some mirror strategies that you could practice. Some mirror work that you could do. You could take a God hour, do some mirror work, and dramatically change your life in 2 days, in a week. But you have to be, it has to be serious to you though. You feel me? I could bring you to the water, but if you ain't thirsty, or if you just drank a 2 liter of Coca-Cola, and I just brought you to the spring fresh water, purified alkaline water, and all the righteous fruit. I just brought you to paradise with fresh, running, purified drinking spring water and organic fruit. But you, before you came, you just had a 2 liter and a Big Mac meal. I can't make you practice self-discipline. I can't make you set your own goals. You feel me? I can't make you take charge of your life. Only thing I could do is guide and assist in some strategies that will increase your efficiency and productivity. Only thing I could do is help you explore yourself. Only thing I could do is speak to the godhood or the God part of yourself that you might not speak to on a daily basis. Only thing I could do is be an example of the words I preach and teach, and be accountable for my faults, thoughts, and transgressions. Right? It's King Leon X, the Human Liberator. I see them make the choices coming in. Keep typing them if I said something that resonated with you. Keep sharing this video, and remember to subscribe so you can get notifications every time I go live. Because every time I go live, I'm gonna be giving y'all power words, because I'm here for your breakthrough and for your transformation. I'm here for ideas and concepts that to present those to you, the ones that changed my life and made life a lot more simple and a lot more clear. So type make the choice and make sure you subscribe to my live videos. Check out my website, kingleonx.com. And remember, the only limitation that you have is the one you set up in your own mind, or you allow others to set up for you. Miss Mindfulness, you got any power? You got anything on personal, spiritual, mental development?
Not right now.
Alright.
I'm driving. We on the move, I know that.
Alright. Alright, y'all. Y'all stay grateful. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less challenges. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for security. Wish for adventure. Yeah, not all California is palm trees. We got the mountains out here. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. I should start ending my videos on a song.
I said that.
Y'all stay grateful. Oh wait, let me break this song down there real quick. That's Erykah Badu, On and On. Listen. The cypher keeps moving like a rolling stone. The world keeps spinning. Winter keeps coming after fall, right? Spring keeps coming after winter. All right? Summer's coming after spring, period. No matter what you do, no matter what anyone does, the sun's still about to come up. Ain't nothing that man can do that will stop Earth from spinning on its axis. If it was gonna happen, it already would have happened when they goddamn enslaved motherfuckers for 5 centuries, okay? When they dropped atomic bombs, when they got women being raped, they got organs being stolen, okay? They got people still being stoned to death in 2017. They got human trafficking. They got organ harvesting. You feel me? They got genetically modified organisms, okay? They got fake food. They got all of this shit, okay? If the Earth was gonna stop spinning, it would have by now, okay? I'm here to tell you that the shit keeps moving on, and you gotta choose. Are you gonna be part of the solution, or are you gonna be a part of the problem? My choice is clear. My decision has been made. My existence is staked on it. I stake my entire existence on my beliefs. Learn the setup, family. Because if you're the type of person that's complaining about the weather and it's cold and you live in Michigan, I'm going to tell you that you're going to need a new solution. You're going to need a new answer. Because it's going to stay cold in Michigan. If you want the heat, then you need to get up somewhere and go where it's hot. But I'm here to tell you that you could complain until you blue in the face, and all that's going to do is create an ulcer in your stomach. You could complain all you want, and all that's going to do is make your car break down. You could complain all you want, and all that's going to do is make your bank account overdrawn. You could complain all you want, and what that's going to do is make you have breast cancer, or regular cancer, or prostate cancer. Complaining has never been the solution. You could complain all you want, and guess what? Someone's getting rich. Someone's happy. Someone's successful. Someone's powerful. Someone's providing for their family. Someone's creating experiences that will last a lifetime. Someone's having a priceless life. Someone's creating a personal legend. Someone's focused on enlightenment. Someone's taking charge of their life. Someone's focusing on how to get stronger, how to get better and wiser in that same hard time that you're complaining in. Somebody is using that hard time that you're complaining about to condition themselves to persist forward through it, so if they ever experience again, they know that they can overcome it, they know how to overcome it, and they can do it without an issue. Now I'm done. Take charge of your life, family. Are you sure you don't want to add anything?
You set it up. You set it up.
Oh, all right, cool. Stay grateful.